Just want to give a quick special thanks. Excuse my hands, they're ashy. A special thanks to Marvin Monroe from the Republic of Georgia. She mailed me this certified copy. That's why it's all beat up, because it was in the mail. But this is House Resolution 1203 from the state of Georgia. So the entire state of Georgia. This is a resolution recognizing January 8th to the 15th, 2014 as Moorish American Holy Week at the state capitol and for other purposes. Then it tells you those purposes. So this is why they're doing it. Whereas the Moorish Americans, whose ancient forefathers are the mothers and fathers of the human family, so the entire human race. We are the mothers and fathers of that. And we're standing in these days as a comedy of descendants from the ancient Moabites and Canaanites who were permitted by the old pharaohs of Kemet to traverse East Africa and later form kingdoms extending from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa and the Atlantic islands onto the present-day continental Americas. And whereas the Moorish Americans are teaching their people their true nationality, so we're not Negro, black, colored. Hold on, my dog is all up in my face. So we're not Negro, black, and colored, right? And divine creed, because we're not, we don't worship Constantine and his mother, that fake Christianity, right? So our divine creed is peace. Also known as Islam, right? Islam just means peace. That's not the name of a religion. It just means peace. Peace just so happens to be the one of the principal foundations of our quote-unquote religion. That they may become better citizens and know that they are not Negroes, colored folk, black people, nor Afros, because Afro is a hairstyle, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865. In this era of time, as all nations are seeking peace, the indigenous Moorish peoples of the Americas are now united to link themselves with the family of nations. And whereas the Moorish Americans, being aboriginal to the territories of North, Central, and South America, you don't see Indian, you don't see red people, you don't see none of that shit. It's Moorish Americans have formed a sovereign theocratic government. Theocratic, this is where Noble Drew Ali established the sovereign theocratic constitutional monarch. So for all those naysayers, slap yourself. And guided by the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, through virtue of the universal right to self-determination, as well as the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, granted in the Charter of the United Nations. And whereas on January 8th, 1886, Noble Drew Ali was born in the state of North Carolina and became the first patriot of his Moorish American people, and in 1912 was anointed El-Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali by the head of Egypt and holy city of Mecca to return to the United States as the last prophet and founding father of the newly risen nation of Moorish Americans. You see why he has Sultan Abdul Aziz in the front of the Quran, right? And on January 15th, 1865, slavery was abolished in the United States with the congressional ratification of the 13th Amendment with its 20 sections. And the Moorish Americans, through self-determination, are unfolding as a pure and clean nation. They are who their forefathers were yesterday. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives that the members of this body, that body is talking about the state of Georgia, this body recognizing January 8th, Noble Drew Ali's birthday, to the 15th, 2014, as Moorish American Holy Week for cultural appreciation and affirmation. Be it further resolved that the clerk of the House of Representatives is authorized and directed to transmit an appropriate copy of this resolution to the public and the press. In the House, read and adopted January 31st, 2014, William L. Rayleigh, clerk with the seal of the state of Georgia. Purple, which represents what? The sovereign. And guess who this document was about? The sovereigns. The Moorish American people who are aboriginal to the territories of North, South, Central America. You don't see Indian. You don't see red people. You don't see black people. You don't see the Asiatic black man. You see Moorish American. From who? The state of Georgia. Which, when you read Article 4, Section 1 of the Constitution, it states full faith and credit shall be given to the United States. And it talks about the judicial opinions of one state shall be applicable to all states. So guess what? The state of Georgia recognizes Moors as aboriginal and indigenous to North, South, Central America. So guess what? Every other state must conform to this document, sealed by the House of Representatives of the state of Georgia. See that? Oh, it's not pressed on the other side. But it's all beat up because of the mailman. So again, that's the resolution. States that Moors are the founders of humanity. It states that we're aboriginal, indigenous to America. We're not Negroes, we're not colored, we're not black, and we're not Afros. Moorish peoples, the indigenous Moorish peoples of the Americas. Not Indian. You don't see no Indian on this, do you? You don't see red people on here. You don't see red man. You don't see none of that. You don't see Latin X. You don't see Latin American. It's Moorish American, the aboriginal and indigenous people of the North, Central, and South Americas, not Latin America, South America. Who are those people? Moorish Americans. They recognize Noble Drew Ali right there and his holy name, Al-Haj Sharif Abdul Ali. They recognize him as a prophet. They recognize the date he was born. You don't see Indian nowhere on this document. And again, sealed by the state of Georgia. And you can tell that that is a three-dimensional seal. This is not a copy. This is a certified copy. You see that seal lifting up with the purple ribbon, which represents the sovereign? Well, guess who the sovereign is? The Moorish American people. Of where? North, South, and Central America, not Indians. You don't see no Indian nowhere on here. You don't see red people. You don't see brown people. In fact, it says we're not black people. We're not crayons. We're not colored. We're not Negroes. And we're not hairstyles. So again, thank you, Marvin Monroe, for giving me this document. Again, it's beat up because of the mailman, but as you can tell, sealed from the state of Georgia. Sealed. They certified this. This is the certified copy. House Resolution 1203. And the woman that proposed this bill was an Asiatic woman. So again, tell me these people don't know. So now when you see all these idiots talking about we're not Moors, know that they are paid FBI agents. Look up Fred Hampton. That Moor that got Fred Hampton murdered was paid $300. Excuse me, 300 Federal Reserve notes. Caitlin said, nah, it's the rise of the Moor seal. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that my seal looked like that. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, and I beat the document up myself. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Actually, let me go down the stairs and show you the mail. I'm not going to show you her address, but I'm going to show you the envelope. So now, Cujo, now you got to say, I produced the envelope, too. Hold on. Let me block her address, right? So here's the envelope it came in, right? That's the Moor who sent it. And as you can tell, it's beat up just like this. So now you're telling me I did all of that work just to fabricate this document. Now, obviously, for the Moors, I know Grand Sheik Cujo is just joking around, but idiots will say shit like that. So he's being facetious, all right? I would frame this, but it's all beat. I gotta iron it. Oh, I did it just to go live? Oh, damn. I should have monetized my YouTube then. I would frame it, but it's a little beat up. I might have to iron it. You know, back in the day, you used to iron your Fiat. I might have to iron this. All right, Morris, that's all I wanted to show you. Yeah, I probably will frame it. Bear, say bye. Bart. Well, that was a sneeze. Peace.